Evening, soccer fans. Welcome to Off the Walls. I'm your host, Richard Holdridge, and throughout the season, we will be here at El Carrizo, here interviewing the coaches, some players, and we might even have some question and answering from the people here tonight that are big Rapids fans. They are supporting their team, a brand new inaugural team for the Columbus Rapids FC, and this is in the National Indoor Soccer League. The Rapids came into existence a couple of months ago. We are excited. I'm here with the women's team head coach, Miguel Galindo. Coach, it's good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad we got to start this today.
Now, this is a special time in Columbus. Not only is this our fourth professional team in the city of Columbus, which we're excited. We just had the Chattahoots, the Summer League baseball team. We've had the River Dragons. We had the Columbus Lions, and now the Columbus Rapids FC. It will be the first time in this country that the National Indoor Soccer League will field two teams, a women's team and a men's team. Now, this will be the first professional indoor women's soccer league. How excited are you that you get to coach the Rapids and this is a first in women's indoor professional soccer?
No, I'm super excited. I think I can speak for the ladies that have made the team so far, and we are the blueprint for what is to come. I mean, there's a plan that the league has to grow this, expand teams for the next 3 years, and to be one of the first coaches in the women's game for indoor. I knew that I couldn't pass this opportunity up.
Now, your team's been practicing for about a month. I was actually at one of your practices. You were practicing in a high school basketball gymnasium where you were using the walls. Like this, when the seats fold up, you were able to play on the walls. But majority, in fact, most of the women on your team played outdoor soccer. We have several that played at the University of South Carolina, several that played at Columbus State here locally in the city. But how important is it to make that transition from outdoor soccer, where it's a bigger field, to the short game in the indoor soccer, where it's a much shorter field and you have to build up endurance? How important is that for your players to make that transition?
I think for us, the first month is going to be that. The first month of the season, when we start playing, hey, how can we get adjusted to this style of play, understand each other? And I think the most important thing is team chemistry, which I think these ladies right off the bat have. They're passionate about it. So although it's new for them, their heart's there, and we can only grow from that.
Your first game is December 26th against the Memphis Americans. It's a road game up in Memphis, Tennessee. And the first home game is going to be December the 30th at the Columbus Civic Center against the Fayetteville Fury. We're all excited here in the city of Columbus. Coach, I want to talk about some of your players because there are some familiar faces on this Rapids roster. I'm thinking of Olivia Gerald, who played at Columbus State University. She was all Peach Belt Conference, scored 71 goals in her career. And it's great to have a player like Gerald back in the city of Columbus representing the city, as most of the people in Columbus remember her as a Cougar.
Right. No, it's fantastic. I let the team know that, hey, because also being an assistant coach at Columbus State, Jay Enlick's style with CSU mimics what we're trying to do very well. And what do I mean by that is players interchanging roles, not expecting to just play one way, but we're trying to build a team here that a defender can go up and score, an attacker can drop down and defend, just constantly make it hard on the opponents. So what Liv's experience brings to us is that hunger, goal scoring mentality that I'm sure everyone will be excited to see.
And I'm excited to see the team. I enjoyed watching your practice. You have a goalie, Bria Riacho, that also played at Columbus State. She's going to be a very vital part of your success, as she's going to be the one stopping the shots that the team is going to be coming at her. But you want to try to make sure that she's not working as hard to make sure that your defenders try to keep possession of the ball and making sure that she's not working so hard back there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've let Bria know and the players know that in order to not be just a sit-back defensive team, we're going to rely a lot on Bria's footwork as well. I want to play with 6, not just 5 field players. So it'll be crucial using her as a way to build out of the back and attack forward.
And what a lot of fans don't realize is they may not know the rules of indoor soccer. We have no out of bounds. So it will go above the plexiglass. There's no offsides. You have power plays because you have what's called a blue card. People that enjoy soccer like myself, I'm a big fan of Atlanta United. I know we have yellow cards and red cards, but now we have a blue card where you have a 2-minute penalty. And so now we're introduced in indoor soccer to the power play, kind of like in hockey. How fun is that going to be when your team is on the power play, or if your team is shorthanded and you have to have all your midfielders and forwards play defense to try to stop that goal?
I think on the attacking side, whenever we do get power plays, I'm excited to introduce creativity. I mean, a lot of these goals are going to be scored from power plays. So to actually practice it and work through that in training to make it come out in games, I'm super excited. Now on the other end, if we have to defend, which I'm sure we will, we have to buckle down and make sure that in those 2 minutes we're working together to prevent any goals from coming in. Easier said than done in the indoor game. I think the exciting part for those that have only watched the outdoor game is that indoor is a high-scoring game.
Now, Coach, I'm looking down your roster. A lot of players from this region of the country. However, you do have a player that's not from the region of this country who's actually here tonight cheering us on, Brittany Conway. Played college soccer at Eastern Washington University in the Big Sky Conference, comes from the Washington State. How has she made that transition from being up in the Pacific Northwest to playing soccer in the Southeast?
Well, when she came out to tryouts, I just noticed her right away. Player that stood out. I was like very curious where she played before, and it shows that coming from even the West Coast, having someone like that come in and be a part of the team. I find that question very interesting simply because it's indoor. It's indoor. So I think if you're thinking about the outdoor game, a player from Florida is used to humidity. If they go up north, now they're struggling with cold weather, where now in indoor, it's everyone's at the same climate. So I'm just excited to have her expertise. She's very vocal, a key part of this team as well.
Definitely, Coach. And I'm really excited about this season. You guys look great at practice. And I cannot wait for that first game, December 26th, against the Memphis Americans. So fans out there, just a reminder that December 30th, the first home game against the Fayetteville Fury, we're going to pack that Columbus Civic Center. It's going to be amazing. The birth of indoor soccer in Columbus for the first time since 1997. I know we had the Columbus Comets back then, but now indoor soccer is back in Columbus, and I am excited, Coach. I'm looking forward to a great season.
Oh, thank you.
And good luck that first game against Memphis.
Appreciate the support.
Ho, 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 ho. East Alabama is on Santa's nice list. That's why we've worked nonstop all year to bring every home in our region the latest technology. This holiday season, connect with your family from afar. Watch your favorite holiday classics and power your gaming system with the reliability and savings that'll make your spirits beam just a little brighter. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from your neighbors at Beam.
Evening, soccer fans. Welcome to Off the Walls. I am your host, Richard Holdridge. I will be doing the play-by-play for the Columbus Rapids FC for this inaugural season. It's a great time to be a soccer fan in Columbus. This is the inaugural season of the Columbus Rapids FC. And my first guest on today's show is the head coach of the men's team, Coach Eddie. Coach, it's great to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you so much. How are you today?
I am excited, Coach, because we have soccer finally in Columbus. Now, for most of you fans know, this is not the first time that the city of Columbus has had indoor soccer. In 1997, we had the Columbus Comets. Now the soccer is back. This is the first time since I've been in Columbus. I've lived in Columbus for 6 years. This is the first time that the city of Columbus has had 4 professional sports teams. We got the River Dragons, the Columbus Chattahoots, we got the Columbus Lions, and now Columbus Rapids FC. Fans will know that this is the first time, this is the first league in the United States that will field a women's team and a men's team, and they will play the same day. So when you go out to the Civic Center and you purchase your tickets, you're going to get to see the women and the men play soccer. It's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. We can't wait. We're super excited about having both the men's and the women's team. As soon as it was brought to my attention, that was probably for me, the fact that there used to be a men's team here with the Columbus Comets years ago. Now that we have a men's and women's program, I think the timing is perfect, and soccer has grown and grown over the years, and it's an exciting time for us. So we can't wait.
I can't wait, Coach. And your experience, just tell us a little bit about your background coaching outdoor soccer, indoor soccer. Just a brief. Where did you come from? People may know you from this area. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, Coach.
Well, to be fair, it all started here in Columbus. I was born and raised in Columbus, Georgia, and got into soccer at the age of 4, and carried on all through high school, and then I went off to college to play. I grew up when I was here in Columbus. I played for the local club team, Columbus Red Star, and from there I went on to Darton College, which was in Albany, Georgia. But it was interesting. I'll never forget, a former coach of mine asked me if I wanted to get on the coaching train one day, and I said sure. And as they say, the rest is history. So, to transition though, to answer your question, to transition from the outdoor to the indoor game, it's been quite an experience so far. I've played indoor soccer before growing up, but to be at a high level of play, it's going to take a lot of focusing on small details and fine tuning every time we're on the field. And though both are necessary on the outdoor and indoor game, I feel like now you start adding the walls into the indoor game, and it makes it that much more interesting and dynamic of play. So it's been good. I feel like the transition has been pretty seamless, as you can say. It's been fine so far. So the guys have adapted. I've adapted myself. So yeah, we're just looking forward to prepare for December 26th, our first game of the season. So
yes, December 26th is the first game. You'll be on the road when the Columbus Rapids FC will take on the Memphis Americans. The first home game will be December 30th at the Civic Center against the Fayetteville Fury. We're all excited about that game. I know I'm excited to call that game on the YouTube and the Beam 7. And it is going to be great in the city of Columbus to see, because you have a lot of players, some local here in Columbus, some that live in Georgia, some played college soccer, mainly outdoor. So they have got to transition from the outdoor game to the indoor game. What are some of the drills that you are partaking in practice to get them adapted to the indoor game?
Yeah, no, I think the transition for the most part has been, you can see that they're really buying into the training sessions and what we're trying to teach the guys. It also helps that we have guys on the team that have played indoor soccer professionally already. So a conversation I was having with one of the guys today is it's a group effort. We all have to be here and be supportive of each other. And that's what we've been doing. These past few weeks, it's just been focusing solely on getting the guys that their game is more of an outdoor game, to get them to transition into the indoor game. And the sessions require us, doing passing patterns against the wall, playing different types of games that require said player or a team in possession to use the ball before, they find another teammate, or before they finish an opportunity. Just fun games like that has them going in a direction of, hey, what you've done in an outdoor game, keep in mind, I always tell the guys, the wall's your best friend. Mm-hmm. So anytime you're playing, you got to remember the wall's always your friend. It's not your enemy. So whereas you play outdoor, ball goes out of bounds, hey, it's the other team's ball. So, and that's the difference between the outdoor and the indoor game. And I think the guys are really getting an idea. So it's been a nice transition so far.
Yeah. Coach, I want to talk about your goalie. I cannot wait to see this guy in action. Tevin West. He was at Middle Georgia State University. He's from Georgia. I've seen videos of him. He looks like he's having fun out there.
Oh, he's having a great time.
And he's the type of goalie that's going to get the crowd riled up because he's going to make a lot of saves for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the idea is for him not to be so busy come game night, But I mean, just talk about great person, great character, full of personality. That's one thing that I noticed at the tryouts that he attended, just seeing so much energy from him, and he made his presence felt. And to be fair, that's one of the main reasons why I signed him. I mean, of course, physically he has all the tools. He's an acrobatic goalkeeper. He's a great goalkeeper, but I think at the end of the day, it has a lot to do with also what he does off the field and how he carries himself. And I think he's going to be a great leader for the Rapids.
Thanks, Coach. And I also want to mention some of the players that do live locally here in Columbus that, for example, number 7, Braden Wood, he played high school soccer at St. Anne Pacelli. And you also have Sergio Barragan, who his father owns this restaurant that we're here at, which is great. I was able to get to know him and talk to him a little bit. He's excited about representing Columbus, and it really means a lot to him to have grown up here in Columbus and also play professional sports in Columbus. Like, you always see that in professional sports. Anytime you have the hometown team, like anytime you have the hometown players, they get really excited about representing their hometown in their city.
Absolutely, absolutely. Those are two local guys who have had so much passion and desire for the game for many years now. And, to say that they're talented is an understatement, and to say that they're hungry, they're passionate, again, that's an understatement. But, they're part of that, I guess you can say, of the local talent. They're the ones that are going to lead that line for us. And, they're going to really help and make sure that there's butts and seats, and they put on a, heck of a performance. So they're exciting players to watch, and you're going to see that come game day.
Thanks, Coach. Looking forward to this season, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Richard.
No problem. That was Coach Eddie Miranda, who coaches the men's team for the Columbus Rapids FC. Just a reminder that the first game will be December 26th against the Memphis Americans. The first home game will be December 30th against the Fayetteville Fury. And that cannot get any sooner. I know we have the Christmas holidays coming up and everything, but come on out to the Civic Center and support your Columbus Rapids. And we're looking forward to a great season.
Thanks, Dr. J. My back feels so much better. Now tell me where I can go for my headaches.
Really? You don't need to go anywhere else. That's what we do.
Well, what about my shoulder?
That's what we do.
Pinched nerve?
That's what we do.
Well, what about disc problems?
That's what we do.
Sciatica?
With almost 500,000 patient visits over the last 34 years, don't just take my word for it. Ask a friend.
Call Dr. J. Broadwin and Associates today.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back to Off the Walls. I am your host, Richard Holdridge. On this segment, I got 2 special guests with me. I got midfielder Brittany Conway of the women's team of the Columbus Rapids, and I got the goalkeeper for the men's team of the Columbus Rapids, Tevin West. Thank you for joining the show. I know you two are excited about this season. It's going to be great. December 26th, the Columbus Rapids are taking on the Memphis Americans up in Memphis, Tennessee. And I'm going to start with you, Brittany. What are you looking forward to? I know you've been practicing for about a month. What are you looking forward to in that match against Memphis?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think the thing I'm looking most forward to is us connecting as a team and really seeing that play develop in us to score goals and really connect. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah. And Tevin, I've seen video highlights of your goalkeeping, and I cannot wait to see you in action at the Civic Center. I think that you are a vital part of the team's success because I know you don't want to work as hard. You want to make sure the team is not allowing the ball to get into your zone. But I know that you are going to get excited. The crowd is going to be excited that first time you make a stop. And how important is that going to be for you to be the anchor of this team, making those crucial stops, especially at a crucial time in the game?
Well, as a goalkeeper, you got to kind of be a little bit of a madman. You got to kind of be like a little arrogant.
You got to have personality.
I think so. You know, Coach Eddie always like says that the goalkeeper's got to be chirping, he's got to be talking. So for me to be able to be in an arena, first of all, usually outdoor soccer, you can't touch the player. You can't really. In indoor soccer, like you're within inches of the player. And so like to have the crowd involved into that and to have them backing you up if you're home, and then to make like the first couple of saves as the first goalkeeper in history for the Columbus Rapids, I mean, that's big, that's huge. I mean, that's almost the type of stuff you dream about, you know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that makes your skin crawl, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be amazing, yeah.
And a little bit about your background. I mean, you're from Georgia. You played college soccer at Middle Georgia State University. Yeah. You're in the middle part of Georgia, so Columbus is pretty familiar with you, but this is pretty much like a homecoming for you, just playing for the Columbus Rapids. Now, Livy, on the other hand, I mean, you're from the Pacific Northwest up in the great state of Washington. You played college soccer at Eastern Washington University, and I knew that because I knew it was in the Big Sky Conference, because I'm also from the West Coast. I'm originally from California. I grew up in the Sacramento area, so we have Sacramento State, which is in the same conference as Eastern Washington, and also Eastern Washington, that in football, they're known for that red turf. And they have gone very far in the FCS, so you're pretty much familiar with Eastern Washington. But how is it being from the Pacific Northwest, being in the South here in the Southeast? How are you adjusting to the South and just the style of play and soccer?
Yeah, I think it was like a little bit of a culture shock, a little bit of an adjustment there, but I've been here in the South for a couple years now, so I'm just excited. You know, soccer at like the core is soccer anywhere. I've had experiences playing in Brazil, and so even though I couldn't speak Portuguese or that language fluently, soccer is still soccer, so we got to connect as well.
Like I said, I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento area. Sacramento is getting a Major League Soccer team in 2 years. Finally they do, because a very, very good fan base. I wasn't really a fan of the Earthquakes because I moved in 2005. They left, became the Houston Dynamo. But like you mentioned, the Seattle Sounders, a great fan base. I remember Michael Bradley played for them. And I'm just excited about soccer. I'm excited about this season. I'm looking forward to watching you two play for the Rapids. And I cannot wait for this season to start. Go Rapids.
Go Rapids.
Yeah.
Hashtag yes win.
All right. Thank you for watching Off the Walls. I'm your host, Richard Holdridge. Stay tuned for the next episode. It will air December 27th. That will be the day after the first game against the Memphis Americans, and we will also preview the home opener against the Fayetteville Fury on December the 30th. Thank you for watching tonight, and we will see you then. Have a good night, everybody.